Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Pokemon Go leaks. Now this time we have a very wide variety from new legacy moves being added to new Pokemon to the return of a lucky trinket and a battle pass being added to the game, as well as a whole new mechanic in collecting items in the game potentially being added. So we're going to cover all of that in detail in today's video, so make sure to like, subscribe and also join the Discord link in the description or link in the comments. Right. Let's start off with this leak here with potentially a fix for a Pokeball softlock. Now, I believe this is the bug that might be when your Pokeball will you'll get the Pokemon in the Pokeball and then it'll just sit there not moving and it'll just sit there and you'll have to relaunch your game. Potentially, they have a fix for that coming soon. And as for the second leak, I don't know anything about PvP. So, anyone in the comments, help me out with that one. I'm not sure about how that goes. Right. A new text update, some new medals, obviously, for the partner research that's going on in Japan. New text research, new text for stamps. Now, this is very, very interesting because there is a new feature coming soon in relation to stamps. We'll go into detail on that a little bit later. We have been covering that a little bit over the past couple months, but I believe they're getting close to adding it pretty soon. Right. We have 2 avatar items. We're going to see these added to the game next Wednesday at 10 AM your local time for the Bug Out event, which is super cool, with the debut of Sizzlipede. Very exciting stuff. This is just a quick little insider information that the scaling issues and the Dynamax assets were fixed for Chansey. That's old news. That's just a little something I wanted to add in there. Just letting you know that the assets were actually missing when they were added, which is a bit bizarre. Right, some Pokemon received some minor adjustments. Now, minor adjustments can mean they're coming very, very soon, or they could also mean they're going to come in the next couple months. So we've got Gossifleur, Eldegoss, Flapple, Appleton, Sizzlipede, Centiskorch, and Floragato. Obviously, Floragato is already in the game. Sizzlipede and Centiskorch are coming next week on Wednesday. And Appleton and Flapple received changes after Applin received changes more recently. But Eldegoss and Gossifleur are actually brand new. And this is the first time we've seen any relation to them in the leaks. So that's pretty interesting and pretty fun. I hope, fingers crossed, we'll get Appleton soon, because I love Appleton, one of my favourite Pokemon. Right. Some configurations were added for the Tappable that were recorded in the last data mine. So that was in the last video about leaks. And a 3D model of the Pokeball was added recently, which we thought was just a placeholder. Now, so I would click on the image, but it's just a bunch of code. But essentially, it's a tappable option, and this 3D model of the Pokeball is actually linked to it. Now, eagle-eyed fans of the games recognize this as potentially an ability to pick up items in Pokemon Go, just like you can in the mainline games, which would be super cool. A refreshing way of getting items instead of doing it at Pokestops. I think that would be a really cool feature. As for what items we could get, maybe evolution items, maybe something cooler, I'm unsure. Right. The RSVP system. Now, we've been talking about this one for quite a while now, but the RSVP system has had new 2 configurations added. Now, as for what the RSVP system will be, it's essentially a more advanced method of inviting people to raids and organizing them. So essentially, a bit of Campfire's features in the actual game itself. So, and you will actually get items for it. We'll talk about that in the future. Right. A new lucky trinket could be on the way, with new updates for the Game Master suggesting that an event pass is making a comeback, now called April 2025 season. So it will most likely be one just occurring over April, and the lucky trinket's expiration date in the files has been changed to May 11th at 23:59 PM. So, what do I think this could be? I really feel like this could be an extended version of the Go Tour Pass, where it's slightly longer, and there's no cap for when you do it, which is more of an ideal thing. But I really feel like that I think this one will last longer. For the Go Tour it lasted a week, maybe this could be a whole month, because it'll expire at May 11th, so I'm unsure how it'll work. Does it mean another mythical Pokemon is going to be included in the pass as the bonus? If so, what mythical will we get? Will it be Meloetta? Will it be another Victini? Personally, I would love to see Keldeo because I didn't get a Keldeo. I still don't have a Keldeo. It hasn't returned in literally years. So that would be nice to get. I think Keldeo might be the favorite to be in that. Right, really random but kind of interesting leak. We have the visual effect for Thunder Cage, which is a Regieleki's signature move, has been added to the files, which I think is a bit bizarre, but also kind of cool. Will it make it any more useful as an electric type? Maybe. I genuinely don't know. I'll have to do research into that for when it comes out, but super cool. I personally love Regieleki, so seeing it back in raids would be cool. Alright, new assets for the Stamp Rally. Now, this stamp feature, it's looking like to be some sort of it's similar in a way to how we get scatterbugs, if you know what I mean, where we kind of like pin a gift from different locations and it's essentially a little mini game. This might be very similar, although you might go like certain Pokestops and get a stamp, and if you get like a certain amount of stamps you get an encounter, kind of like research boxes, or maybe it could even be a way of getting variants for a Pokemon, which I'm trying to think of a Pokemon that has lots of variants that could be coming soon. Maybe Milcery and Alchemy, that could be one, that could be fun. Alright, the last of the leaks today, we have some text updates for the Bug Out Text, Fuzzy Buddy, Tauros, that's a spelling mistake by them, Spring Blossom, Deerling, Costume Pikachu, and RSVP texts. Now, other trainers will be able to view your attendance to battles you've RSVP'd to. You can change this any times in settings. This is pretty cool because it's essentially just bringing Campfire to the main Pokemon Go game. Now, that's not the last of what I'm going to talk about leaks-wise, because I do actually want to go into more detail about the Tappable feature. Now, I really believe that we could see something added along these lines very, very soon, but what could we do with it? I have a feeling that they could have some sort of Pokemon linked to this. I think that'd be really cool. Maybe, like in the games, it could be a trap, kind of like Galarian Stunfisk, or maybe even it could be a way of getting some sort of lure or some sort of special item. I think linking some sort of research tasks would be super fun for this kind of like collect 3 items in the wild. I think that would be a super cool way of making the interactive environment more, I don't know, more interactable. It would be interesting to see how they implement it as well, because if it's more common in, if they're more random, then rural players can really benefit from it. But if it's more location based and Pokestop gym concentration based, then it could be like really, really tricky for rural players to get hold of. But really interesting. I'm interested to see what happens in regards to that in the future. Gossifleur, Eldegoss coming soon. I don't think they'll be very useful, but Flapple and Appleton, I don't think any of those will be useful, but they will most certainly be a fun addition to the game. So make sure to let me know what you're most excited for. You're excited for the Lucky Trinket? You're excited for the Tappable item? Maybe even the stamping system? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, and make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.